Hey guys, Akil Stokes here. We're going to make this short and sweet since I've been having some computer issues lately. So fingers crossed that we don't crash. But wanted to remind you of an idea that was on my radar this morning here on the euro dollar. And this is going to be a potential breakout slash continuation trade, but also a pattern that I don't personally trade per the pattern, but one that's pretty popular in the market, but not really talked about that much, which is called a cup and handle pattern. So just to give you some higher time frame perspective, the most important thing for me that has happened into this chart and in my trading style, I try to keep it basic. There are a lot of words and terms that us traders throw out there, but at the end of the day, there are certain levels that are important. There are certain levels that aren't important. And my philosophy is identify the levels that are important and then make your decision based off how price reacts at that level. And the most recent important level was this previous structure high right here, this previous level of resistance. And you can see that price action broke and closed above it. Now, that break and close above allows me to predict that price is likely to go higher, which tells me what side of the market I want to be on. Now, we're going to drop one time frame lower to the hourly just to kind of give you a zoomed in view of what's happening here. And again, you can see the break and close above. If you look left, you're going to see there's a few different levels of structure. And to be honest with you, this was a little bit concerning. I really don't like overlapping levels of structure. And that means when you have a previous level of structure that is right on top of an important level of structure, because it doesn't really leave a lot of room for continuation, meaning that, again, my philosophy is that structure is going to be kind of, or price is going to be pulled to structure like a magnet. So once it breaks one level, it then is kind of pulled to the next level, and that's the target location. And I want to be out at that target location. And you can see in circumstances like this, when there's not a lot of room to that next quote unquote target location, there's really no point of trading because there's no point of trading if we don't have enough room to make profit. But there's also, and you'll notice this as a newer trader, this is something that a lot of the traders I work with, especially the newer ones, they run into problems where we teach them about structure, they learn about structure, but then all of a sudden they see every single little wiggle in the market as being a level of structure. And it's a really kind of tough part of the learning curve to overcome because they're still trying to train their eyes to kind of be focused on the important parts but ignore kind of the junk. And again, when you don't have the training yet, you don't really know the difference between importance and junk, you just see everything. So it does take a lot of work through. It does come with time and practice, don't worry. So again, if you're someone on the platform or someone that's kind of in the mix with us, just shoot screenshots and we let you know it's the best way to learn. But the point is, I'm getting long-winded here. I think we can push past this level of structure to a higher level. And what makes me think that is the fact that if I bring out my volume profile tool and I just measure this swing high to swing low, so this most recent move in the market, you're going to see that we have our massive volume spike right here. This is the most important part in the market. We have a little bit of a void, then we have a bigger spike right here, the current level that we just broke and closed above. But then there's a little bit of a void during this level that I thought was important, right? And if this level was as important as I thought it we should see a volume spike there. And we actually don't see it until we get a little bit higher. So that shows me that we can push a little bit higher over that 108 even handle, or maybe right to that 108 even handle, the top of this level for structure for targets, instead of worrying about the bottom. So this allows me to increase my zone a little bit to about right here, this psychological number. If I get my tools correctly, there we go, right around there, and I'll make that green. Now, this pattern setting up, again, we can trade this with the basics of, hey, this is just a break and close above structure. A few ways we can trade it. If you're a breakout trader, wait for the next breakout and look to trade it right back. If you're a pullback trader, breakout trader, again, maybe we get a consolidation, then we break out. If we're a pullback trader, maybe we break down to the outside or retrace down to the downside. Sorry, it's nighttime, just was outside playing with my kids, so I'm a little bit winded and flustered, but maybe we get a pullback here before moving up like this. Different ways we can get there, all depending on what type of trader you are. Now, the cool thing about that is if we do get this type of retracement back, this is also a pattern formation called a cup and handle, where we have, and I'll draw it on in a little bit for you, right? We have this move like this that looks like a coffee cup, coffee, right? We're this rounded bottom. We have this nice directional extension up. This extension violates the previous level of structure, right? So this is the kind of the cup. Here's the steam coming out of it and all that fun stuff. And then this pullback right here, which can either come as a regular pullback or maybe like a flag pattern, something like that. That is the handle of the cup. And this is a nice little cup and handles pattern. But what I want to bring to you as far as the educational purposes go is, and again, we walk through our new traders with this all the time, is that yes, there's all these cool names of patterns. There's all this different terminology, and I do think there is an importance of knowing them because they're all a little bit different. There may be tendencies that some have that some don't, and any way you can increase your edge, that's positive. But at the end of the day, whether you see this as a nice hot steaming cup of coffee with a handle, or you're just looking at the violation level that I was, the trade is the same. You're looking for a violation of structure and a move to our next level of structure, either via pullback or via breakout. So if you're new, don't get too obsessed over the what's. Be more obsessed with understanding the why. So not necessarily what this is, but why is this important and what should I expect price to do based on blah, 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 blah. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope it made sense. Again, my brain is all over the place. We're just outside playing soccer with the kids, and we've got the Canadian wildfire smoke, so we're not really supposed to be outside, but I snuck out anyway. But if you get a chance, give this video a like. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below as usual. And I will see you this weekend for another episode of the Weekend Trading Edge. And trading viewers, I'll try to get on here and shoot you guys the highlights from that video as well. Fingers crossed that my computer stops blowing up. All right. See you.